Good morning on what is a cool, grey and damp day. It is Monday the 25th of December and I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a parcel to complete unboxing. So, what I have got in here is a couple of books from Cubicle 7. So let me just get these out. And these are the first two supplements for the Doctor Who role-playing game, second edition, which I have reviewed and done an unboxing of, and I've done an unboxing and review of the starter set for. And these two books are 60 years of Doctor Who. They are released on the anniversary of Doctor Who's 60 years. Which, as I speak, as I sit here on December 25th, of course I'm looking forward to the first full story starring Ncuti Gatwa as the 15th Doctor, which I think is the Goblin ship, I think. I'm looking forward to seeing that later on today. But these two books. Now, I've already done an unboxing and a look at 60 Years of Adventure, Book 1, which deals with the 8 Doctors of the classic period, essentially from 1963 to 1996, from William Hartnell the First to Paul McGann the 8th. Now, all of those have already been explored by Cubicle 7 with the range of books which the publisher released for the 50th anniversary, and I've reviewed some of those books, not all of them, but I should have done, and I'm going to go back and review those and look at those again properly. Really like those books because they look at the Doctors in quite some detail. These books don't quite. Okay, they are overviews and introductions rather than full supplements. So we are moving on to, having done 60 Years Adventure Book 1, we're moving on to Book 60 Years of Doctor Who Book 2, 60 Years Adventure Book 2, and here we have all the Doctors of the New Who period. New Who period. I keep wanting to say Yoo-hoo, which is a type of glue. So, of course, we have the 9th Doctor, let's have a look, just about 10th Doctor, important to the distinction, okay, because you can tell by suit more than anything else. 10th, 11th, 12th and 13th. We have the War Doctor, John Hurt, so the 14th Doctor, we have sort of like the Timeless Child at Gail Martin, who I think is absolutely terrific and would love her to be the Doctor on screen a whole lot more. Anyway, so the role-playing game 60 Years of Adventure Book 2. Doctor Who 60 Years of Adventure celebrates the world's longest-running science fiction television show with a joyous time-travelling extravaganza. Join us for the highlights of the world's most beloved Time Lords' amazing adventures. Encounter terrifying Daleks, Cybermen and countless other unforgettable enemies. Experience the wonders of travelling in the TARDIS. Hundreds of episodes and stories, thousands of years of travels through time and space, from the dawn of time and the birth of our planet to the end of the universe as the last star fades. Book 2 takes us to the shattering end of the Time War, meet the battle-weary War Doctor, then travel on to the distant planets and discover hidden secrets of the Doctor's past. Bring the modern Doctors and their most iconic companions and adversaries to life in your games of Doctor Who, the role-playing game. 60 Years of Adventure, your fingertips, a treasure trove of adventures, aliens, creatures, gadgets, plots, conspiracies, and plenty of running. No corridors mentioned there, though. An epic new series of adventures connecting every Doctor, a lustre of starlight. A must-have for fans, gamers, and Whovians of all ages, which, of course, I count myself. So we open up. Lovely inside there. I didn't notice on the first book, but we have. But it is. I'm presuming it's there. Yeah, which is just the imprint of the TARDIS there. That's really nicely done. Nice little touch. Doesn't add anything to the sort of like the contents of the book as such, but it adds just a nice little touch. So there we see the front cover, shorn of its text, credits page, and the contents page. And we start off into the revival era, giving you an overview of what's to come and the sort of like the big changes, you know. And it's important to note just how monumental those changes were in the tone and style of the adventures with the coming of New Who and the appearance of the Ninth Doctor. And there we have the first appearance of the Weeping Angels, one of the signature monsters of New Who, one of the scariest monsters. So we open up with the War Doctor. Essentially, appeared in the 50th anniversary story, and we have, basically his stats and details, and the first adventure for him presented in role playing, and basically, which is going to be the Dalek Death Diamond, and this is basically a detailed outline of an adventure. So if you've got the two books together, you've got a complete campaign in the different, with multiple adventures in the style each of a different Doctor. And it's something that's been done before, was done for the 8th Doctor sourcebook, because essentially the 8th Doctor had a 1 hour television movie film to draw upon from inspiration, and the Night of the Doctor, the sort of like the 10-minute short that presses, which appeared before the 60th anniversary story. Here we go, here's the Ninth Doctor. So it's doing something similar to that. So here we have the Ninth Doctor, his TARDIS, his themes. Now you'll notice this is a longer section than the one devoted to the War Doctor, because the War Doctor has only appeared once, all those years ago in the 50th anniversary special. And he warrants similar treatment. He's part of the canon, but there's, again, like the 8th Doctor, not quite so much to go on. So, themes of the Ninth Doctor's eras, and this is the format that the books follow throughout. So we'll basically give an introduction, an overview of his adventures, discussion of his themes, and his companions, notably Rose Tyler and Captain Jack Harkness, and then the Diamond Heist continues, along with his stats. We have, I love this, do you like this? We have the appearance there of Churchill, who will appear for the 11th Doctor, but here we have the appearance of Lee Miller, World War II photographer, photojournalist, and then we leap into the 10th Doctor and his era, his adventures, and here we have both Martha and Donna, who made a significant return to the 14th Doctor, of course. And here we have the full stats for all of the 10th Doctor's companions, including Donna, her grandfather, Wolf. And moving on with the campaign, his stats, and the story. And then the 11th Doctor, his TARDIS, his overview, and his themes, and his adventures, of course, and again, quite lengthy, but he's, of course, Stetsons are cool, and the stats for his companions, of course, Amy Pond and her husband Rory, River Song, and Kate Stewart, and his stats, and the continuing adventures, And then the 12th Doctor. Really lovely pieces of artwork here. I mean, basically, you know, these are really nicely done. So basically, similar treatment. And of course, there we've got the appearance of Missy. Absolutely, probably the best incarnation of the Master in New Who, as far as I'm concerned. And the 12th Doctor's companions, Clara Oswald, Danny Pinks, Bill Potts, and Nardole. His stats and his adventures and so on. Appearance there by Kate Lethbridge-Stewart, head of unit. And then 13th Doctor. This is really kind of basically sort of like the first kind of full treatment of the 13th Doctor in the role-playing game. She's appeared in the new edition, of course, but not quite like this. But here's got definite discussion of her era and her themes and her adventures. And then, of course, her companions, including, you know, Yaz, Ryan, Graham, Dan Lewis. There are a couple missing there, I think. And then we've got her stats. Sorry, missed those. And her adventure before we get to the Fugitive Doctor. Really glad to have this in this supplement. Really nice to have a treatment of her, although it's going to be as brief as that of the War Doctor, although she's made a couple of appearances since. Her fantastic TARDIS, which echoes the classic TARDIS of New Who. So we've got her stats and her companions there. A couple of different treatments, so you know, and her adventure with the Dread Weeping Angels. And then Appendix Unearthly Power, and more content here. Not quite sure what this is. This is, I think, an extra adventure thrown in at the end. It's a nice addition. And whole great, we have an encounter with the Valiard. Now we've got appearance by Tom Baker as the 4th Doctor, or the you know, basically, or the museum at Surveyor, so on. Then we've got a notes on regeneration and how it's handled, and then notably the regeneration here we have is of David Tennant, essentially of the 13th Doctor into the 14th Doctor, and the reappearance of David Tennant in the role. And this shot, of course, is at Lulworth Cove in Dorset. So this is really talking about something like really quite a signature kind of moment in the series where, you know, David Tennant came back, the first Doctor to return essentially as, you know, as a previous incarnation but different. So yeah, this is 60 Years of Adventure, Book 2 for Doctor Who's Role-Playing Game, 2nd edition. Really lovely supplement. Looking forward to giving this a review in due course. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a package containing a book or game, which I will then unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. We'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.